Hey
Okay.
guys, hi.
Hi, guys. Look, I'm in a new spot because I felt I've been looking at the last 2 episodes we did that I did in my bed. So I'm still in my bedroom. I have a chair in my room and I'm just sitting here with a TV tray. Um, but the last couple episodes that we posted, when I rewatched them, I was like, where the fuck is my neck? I
I didn't
literally
even notice that.
I felt like every time I would rewatch the videos, I look like I'm head and shoulders, and I'm like, "Where's my neck?" And I
What?
got this cool double chin thing going on. So I don't
Oh
want you guys to think I
my
gained a bunch of weight. I still have a neck. It's just the
god.
way I was sitting on my bed, vanity reasons. But
Yes. Okay, well, I'm glad if anybody was wondering or if I didn't even notice.
yeah,
I'm not a bad person. I would have told you.
like, girl, you need to sit up
I
straight or
know.
something.
Wow, she didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, but I did get an
Um,
update on my office, so hopefully, and then at least in the next I don't know, 2, 3 weeks, I'll be back in my office. It's just nicer to do it there than in my room or anywhere else in my house, to be honest.
yeah,
Because that way I don't
for
have to
sure.
keep moving around my laptop and microphones, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
so I did get an update, and um, they're supposed to come on Wednesday, and the guy's supposed to do a walkthrough to see what materials they need to get. So
oh,
I'm
good.
thinking the week after that, then they'll so I probably got another week and a half before they actually start the putting my office back together.
Yeah.
It's a
Jeez.
process.
I know, I can't wait till that's done. For the sake of you being comfortable.
Well, yeah, and then with work, and I think I explained this to you the other day where I was telling you, so my dining table, guys, is one of those high top dining tables. So I'm never resting my feet on the ground. They're always
Mhm.
kind of just dangling, or like I have a little lip on my, the chair that
Stool.
I sit in, and
Mhm.
I can prop my feet up there, but it's not a proper position. And Esther and I work more than 8 hours a day. And I started to notice my hips getting really stiff and sore. And I think
Yeah.
it's because just sitting and with no like foot support or anything like that has really been getting to me. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I need
That
to get
doesn't
back
sound
in my
good.
office.
Mhm.
But I
So,
wanted
a
to
week
ask you
it
a
would just be
question. Oh, no, no, no.
tell me. No, no, I was just gonna say, so a week, we should see some kind of a week and a half, you said?
A week and a half, I think they'll start again because right now they've been stagnant, not doing shit in that room for over 2 weeks now. It's been 14, it's been 17 days that they haven't been back to my house to do anything.
Gosh, that's forever. I
Yeah,
mean, it seems longer, and then when I'm listening to 17 days, I'm like, "That's way too long."
that's long.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're 16 days. Tomorrow will be 17 days. I still
Yeah.
have plastic around my doorway. I still have a whole exposed ceiling and wall, no carpet in that room. Nobody can go over there. I have, the stuff that they taped off of by my front door. It's a mess.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm ready to
Gosh.
get my whole living and dining room area still kind of discombobulated because I had to move, obviously, my workstation into the
Yeah.
dining room.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't like the disorder in my
Okay.
house going on right now, guys.
Yeah.
But
Ugh, that sucks, but at least it's gonna happen soon,
right. It'll
and it'll be all
happen.
back to normal.
Yeah. Second time around. Hopefully, we don't have to do this a third time around because that is going to
No,
really
at that
suck.
point, I'm gonna be like, "You need to move out."
I know. I'm going to go back to San Diego with you.
Yeah, I'm like, "Come back to San Diego, maybe?"
I told you I'm not working in the
Selfish
office. Just kidding.
selfishly, I'm like, "Yes?" Okay, so what were you gonna say? What did
I
you
was
have
gonna
to
say I
ask
had this
me?
epiphany about our friendship that we reached a new level in our friendship. And I don't think you know this or realize this. So
Oh my
Esther
god,
and I
wait.
we're in the friendship stage where we will pee on the toilet and talk on the phone now.
Oh my
We crossed
gosh,
that line, I
yes.
think, like it was you first last week,
Yeah.
and then it was me today.
Oh my god, I was like, you know what, and I didn't even wanna be like, I'm gonna go on mute, I'm gonna mute it. No, I was like, "No, because if I wanna talk still, I'm gonna have to hold on, let me unmute right now," you
Yeah.
know? But yes, that was funny, and I felt like I had to give you the courtesy of knowing what was the sound.
Well, Esther called me today,
Oh
and
my
the first thing I said was, "I'm going pee." She's like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "I'm going pee."
Yes, oh my gosh, that was so funny. I know, I was
Yeah.
like, what did you just say?" I was like, "Wow!" Yeah,
I
we
was like,
moved on to the
we hit
next.
we hit a new level of our friendship.
Oh gosh, I know, I know. I mean, we've had, yeah, some pretty TMI conversations, but yeah, that's a whole nother
Mhm.
thing, taking you to the bathroom with me,
Mhm.
and it's not because 'cause I'm getting ready or anything. I can't stop talking to you, so I'm just gonna stay on the you're gonna stay on the line.
We all pee, guys. All of us do.
Exactly, oh my
I
god, I
hope you are.
snorted. Um, oh my gosh, that's funny though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. A
I'm like,
whole
"Hey, if my
nother
kids
level.
can walk in and to have conversations with me and physically see me, then you can just talk to me on the phone."
I know. I used to tell the kids too, "Privacy, please." And they would just be, like,
Like,
still
"What?"
standing there. You're just in a toilet.
I'm scrolling.
Oh my god, it's just funny. Okay. Alright. Well, that is great that we just shared that. Okay, so you know what I was thinking the other day about
Hmm.
looking around and seeing how many things my kids have and how much we accommodate them, and then I was thinking back on how we grew up. Had to been so different from our kids,
Right. No,
and
agree.
when I think back, I'm like, "Damn, I guess I just didn't know any better because I was too young," but there was some things where I'm like, "Wow, I can't believe I lived like
That
that
life,
or
because
that
you
kind of
probably
life."
can't even imagine, like, raising your kids that way.
No, no,
Like, they
and
would die.
yeah, I was thinking that. No, I'm serious. They would be like, "What is this world
What do
that
you
we
mean
live
you?
in?"
No, we do.
Yeah.
We definitely live in a different era where we, I think, shelter our kids more
Mhm.
and, like you said, accommodate to them more.
Mhm.
We let them
Yeah,
have voice, which I think is actually important to let your kids
yeah,
have a voice and an
for
opinion.
sure. Yeah, for sure. I don't think I was allowed to have an opinion. My
No.
parents are probably like, "What do you know
Yeah.
at this age?"
We
Okay.
were never
No, I
asked
know.
what you want for dinner.
Yeah. Mm-mm. It's
Never.
like
I
you
asked
ate
my
what
kids,
you
"What are you
ate.
guys
Yeah.
hungry for?" We were
Yeah.
never asked what we were hungry for.
Mm-mm. Yeah. They're all and you and I do the same thing when they wanna go out to eat, we're like, "Okay, like, well, what do you wanna eat?"
Yeah.
And but I would never be able to, as a child, ask my parents, like, "Can I go eat this? Can you take me
Well,
here?" Unless
going
it was,
out
like,
to
some special occasion.
I wanna say, like, if we went out to eat, we never went out to eat more than twice a month.
Yeah.
Never, and that's
Yeah.
including fast food and drive-through and all
Mhm.
that. Fast food,
Mhm.
we never ate fast food or, anything like that. It was
Yeah.
maybe, like, twice a month we would go out to eat, and
Mhm.
other than that, my parents cooked or, Domino's knew us. Domino's Pizza. They knew our
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, but and now everything's so much more expensive, and we're over here, like, taking our giving our kids options. It's
Mhm.
crazy, right?
What do you wanna
I
do today?
yeah. Exactly. Every time, like, the
God.
weekend starts, I'm like, "What do you guys wanna do this weekend?"
Yeah.
And it's like, you had this option, that option. When I was younger, I never would ask that question.
No, our
I'd
parents
be
were
like,
like, "Go outside."
yeah. And, like, I remember having, like, 1 bucket of Legos. I don't even know which brother it belongs to, but that's all I had to play. And then, like, at one point, we had, like, a Connect 4. Like, that's all of us playing this one, the Connect 4, like, the
Mhm.
little
The two-person game
checker-looking chip.
for
Yes.
6
And so it's
kids.
like, take your turn.
I get
Or,
winner.
yeah, and until, like, a long time that we had, like, a game console. Atari, I think, was, like, our very first game console,
Yeah, we
but
had an
that was for all of us
Atari.
to share, still for all of us to
Still only
share. It was, like,
two-player
one
games.
thing. Yeah, Exactly.
Well, you know what's crazy, and you can probably attest for this too. Our parents didn't entertain us.
No, no, yeah, they didn't my parents were definitely not sitting around playing with me, like,
Yeah,
playing
every so
playing toys,
often, but
playing games.
not how we do it, like
Yeah, no. No, we're like, "Game night!"
yeah, we would do
Back
movie night, the
Oh, you guys
family.
did?
Yeah,
Oh.
growing up, we would do movie night. It was kind of a big thing, like, Friday night, we would, order Domino's, and we would go to the video store, and my sister and
Blockbuster?
I
Or is it
like,
like video it's just called Video Store?
it was
It's like one of
called
those.
this was before Blockbuster, and it was
Mm.
like a mom and pop type of VHS store.
Mhm.
I just remember, um, they had certain tapes that were Betamax and certain tapes that were VHS, and then there was this, like, closed off room with all the porn.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like in around the corner in the back.
Yeah. And then my sister and I had to come to a collective decision together what movie we were gonna watch because we couldn't
Yeah.
have one each,
Mhm.
and then it was, like, one movie that we would watch as a family.
Oh,
Yeah, and then we would order pizza, and so my parents would do stuff like that. I'm not gonna but there was my parents were pretty active with us in the sense, like, taking
mhm.
us places but, I mean, every weekend, no, there was a most weekends were, my sister and I would wake up, eat cereal, watch a couple cartoons, and by, like, 9 o'clock in the morning, we were already outside playing, and we wouldn't see my
Yeah.
parents till the streetlights came on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we were
that's
young. I think I was, like, 4, so my sister was only, like, 7.
mhm. Yeah.
I
You're
can't
like,
I would never
nobody was yeah. Could you imagine? I don't even do that now, and we live in a like a safe
we live in a
neighborhood, but
nice
still.
area, yeah.
Yeah, I still won't do that because I'm like, "You know how many crazies there are?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what's gonna happen to you outside." It's
yeah,
like, we just wanna go shoot water guns at each other, like, it's all hot. I'm like, "No, we can go swimming though, all together." And, yeah,
yeah.
it's weird how we can't do that now.
Even my sister and I, we had to entertain each other a lot, we would play
Mhm.
Barbies, we had
Yeah.
Barbies, but even toy-wise, like,
Yeah.
my parents didn't buy us a whole lot of toys. It wasn't,
Mhm.
birthdays and Christmas, and then
Mhm.
every so often, out of the blue, my mom would maybe buy us like a Barbie for our collection, but it was like one Barbie
Mhm.
my sister and I had to share.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's not too bad because,
Yeah.
it's like they're probably like, "Why would you need the same thing?"
Yeah, there was one time I
'Cause it's
remember my mom was taking us to buy a toy, and
mhm.
it was in Toys R Us, and I was young. I ran into the store, and I wasn't paying attention, and I ran straight into all the carts and
Oh my
busted my
god.
face, like, really bad, and then I remember that time my mom let us pick individual toys because she felt bad for me.
She's like, "'Cause you got a busted up lip."
Mhm. She felt sorry for
I
me.
will let you yeah, she's like, "I feel bad enough to give you something."
Yeah, and I
Yourself.
remember
That's so funny.
yeah.
I really try not to buy the kids toys unless it's some kind of, like, sort of educational or building toy type of thing, but
Yeah.
I'm like, "You guys should be glad for anything that you do have." I don't remember having much of anything until I was a little bit older, a couple things, and it was from, like, the swap meet. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Yeah.
like anything like, "You get to choose anything in this store." Like, even a bike we
I rem
shared, and
oh.
I was way smaller than everyone else, so
So you couldn't write it?
that's when I actually busted my lip, like, riding right into a brick wall. Like
That's funny. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to think, I remember no, I didn't have a TV in my room until I became an adult and could afford it.
Oh, yeah.
My kids have TV
There's no
well, my
way.
kids are older too though, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, actually, I take that back. My parents put a black and white TV in my room,
Mhm.
and it was, like, maybe, like, this big, and it was black and white, and it got 3 channels because it was only connected to, like, an antenna that,
Mhm. You have to keep on
like,
adjusting all the time?
adjusting, and I could only get 3 channels. 2 of them were in Spanish, and the other one was Fox.
Oh, wow.
But it was in black and white.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I
my
don't know why my
gosh.
parents put it in my room because I never used it, and it was in my room for a few years.
They're
It's like,
like,
"What
"We
the f"
need to set this here for
I'm like, "Nobody."
saving space out there."
Man, I was like, first of all,
I
I wasn't born in the black and white TV times. So
I remember actually this small little, like, I wanna say it was one of those TVs where, like, there's a knob that you have to keep turning, and you
Yeah,
reminded me because you have to
yeah,
adjust the antenna. It's like, and they only had, like, channel what channel was it aside from, because I used to watch this with my mom. It was, like, the daytime soap operas. So, and we
yeah.
would watch it, like, all the way to Oprah, like, at 3. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That was, like, the actual channel that was the clearest, and it was, like, channel 5, 9, and 13, and that was it. It was, like, those channels and
yeah.
that one, like, channel 7. So, we would do that, and that's all I remember until I was way older.
For for us, like, my parents be downstairs watching TV, whatever the hell they watch. And
Yeah,
then my sister and I would have to ask permission if we could watch TV in their room, and then we were able to watch TV in their room for, like, only,
mhm,
like, an hour or 2. I don't remember watching a whole lot of TV growing up, maybe in, like,
yeah,
Saturday morning cartoons or
mhm,
before school type of thing, but mm-mm.
yeah. No, for
No,
me,
our
I
kids
think the
have it
most TV
good.
was I know. The most TV I watched was when I was at their shop with them while they were working, watching, like, all my children up to Oprah Winfrey, and that was literally it. That's all, like, yeah, that's the only TV I ever saw, I feel like, for
We
years.
used to have to go to babysitters, and this was, like, when I was preschool, kindergarten, and when I went to kindergarten, you either went to the morning kindergarten or the afternoon kindergarten. It was 2
Oh,
there was it kindergarten wasn't all day, like, I
mhm,
think it is now, I don't even know.
yeah,
I would go to school, it was, like, 4 hours a day. I'd go to kindergarten for 4 hours a day, and then I'd have to be stay with my grandma. I don't know what that lady had me doing. I'd go play in the backyard. I'd play by myself a lot because my, sister would be in school, and I'd have to wait for her to get off.
mhm,
But yeah, same thing, like watching soap operas.
mhm,
And
yeah,
for my grandma, there was a lot of, she had the like Filipino channel, so
mhm,
we would watch different things on the
yeah,
Filipino channel together.
yeah. I do
I
remember my
didn't
parents.
understand.
Oh, you did? I was just, yeah, you're like, "I don't know, but I'll sit here and watch it." That's
Alright.
so funny 'cause when I was younger too, but my parents would go to get, like, a whole set of, like, series, but it's Chinese movies, and so they're, like, 20 VHS. You could read the whole series, and I
Yeah.
remember just watching it with them and be like, "What did they," like, ask them to translate here and there, but it was weird movies. It was, like, mystical Chinese movies where they're, like, fighting in some forest, like, it was weird. It was a lot of, like, sword kung fu and all that, but
I feel like you're judging me right now. No, I'm just kidding. So I started, over the
Ah,
last few months, I watched
mhm.
those,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
they're like, they'll pop up on social media, and it's like
Yeah.
the most dramatic drama type of
Mhm.
movies, and it'll
Mhm.
have, like, the most outlandish storyline. Like, I watched
Yeah.
one the other night, and this dude's a werewolf, and he had a
Oh
one
my
night stand with this lady.
Wait, so this
But
is like an I is it Chinese? Is it just Asian or what
no,
what is
it's all
this like?
different kinds. Some of it is
Oh, okay.
Chinese. I do watch some
Okay.
of the Chinese ones, and, but, like, these people are just white people. Like, I do watch a lot of the Chinese ones, where
Okay.
they'll either dub their voices,
Yeah.
'cause I'll watch the subtitle ones, 'cause
Mhm.
sometimes I'll just have it on while I'm working, so
Mhm.
it's hard for me to watch the subtitle
Yeah.
ones, so it has to
Yeah.
be in English 'cause I
Yeah.
can't read and
You're like, "No, I'm
type
just
and
I"
work.
yeah. Too much. Too much
Yeah,
at once. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
so
Yeah, I
don't
know.
judge
Some of
your
them are
parents
really
and I.
no, some of these things were, like, freaking weird, though. Like how you said, they They're
They're
like
like,
one's a werewolf or whatever. Like I remember watching one. It was like a freaking like a snake and some magical, mystical, like, mouse, like,
yeah, I
it was
watched
like a
some of
big
those.
ass rat or whatever. Yeah, it's so weird, but, I mean, I guess I was entertained, I remember a lot of it, growing
That's
up
cool.
watching that with them, yeah. It's just so funny, like,
Isn't
that
that
things like that
crazy
wouldn't
how,
happen.
like, that is some of those moments are like a core memory for you, but it may
Mhm.
not be for your parents?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
"Oh."
They're like, "Oh, you were there when we were watching that?" We thought we were watching that alone. No,
Mhm.
yeah, they're just like, "I remember watching all the time and you were here and there, but were you really watching it with us?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that is funny.
No, it's funny because I also feel like, we didn't grow up in a time where kids shows were on 24/7 either.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was either, like, in the morning or after school or Saturday morning cartoons.
Mhm,
I don't
mhm.
remember Sunday morning cartoons,
Yeah,
'cause, I didn't we didn't grow up with Cartoon Network, like,
yeah,
that came later
yeah,
in my childhood, but
mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't.
like you had those after school shows. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
remember that too.
like, if you were home if say, like, I would be home, sick from school or, like,
Mhm. Yeah, there's no
in
cartoons for you to be
yeah,
watching right
summer
then and there.
break, like,
Yeah.
we couldn't afford summer vacation or anything like
Mhm.
that, so my parents would have to work and my sister and I would have to stay home. But I remember being in elementary school and me and my childhood friend, we were friends since kindergarten, and we would stay on the phone with each other for hours, and
Mhm.
then, one of the soap operas, One Life to Live.
Uh-huh.
We were, like, 9 years old, and we'd be on the phone with
Watching.
each other watching One Life to Live soap
Oh
opera
my gosh, that's so funny. You know what's
because
crazy is
there's
I
nothing
still
else
remember.
on.
I know. I think there's still a thing.
I
Like,
think,
they're still ongoing.
Teresa, who will watch this episode, I think she watches All My
She
Children
watches it?
still.
Oh my gosh. See, the
Mhm.
one if I was gonna watch
Comment
any of
if you
them, I
do,
think it would be.
Teresa.
Yeah,
Comment
I know, right?
comment which soap opera you watch.
Yes, and you know what's crazy about that is, like, I wonder, cause when I was watching when I was young, like, in elementary school with my mom, so when, like, probably in
That
my
show's been on, like,
20s.
50 years.
I know, but when exactly, but
Older.
when I was, like, probably in my 20s, I remember watching TV with Victor and I came across, like, General Hospital.
That was the one that I would
That's
always
a
watch
one
with my
my
grandma.
favorite. That was my favorite one out of all
I
of them.
would watch General
And
Hospital with my grandma a lot.
girl, I was
Came
telling
at
Victor, I'm
at
like,
two
"Oh my
o'clock.
god." Yeah, exactly. I was like it's like, "All My
All My
Children" at
Children was
12.
noon, One
Yeah, and
Life to Live
then
at 1, and then General Hospital at 2.
and then Oprah.
Oprah's
Yeah,
at
it was so
4.
funny. Yeah, and I used to tell Victor too, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I used to watch this growing up."
And they
And
still
then
would have, like, some of the same characters, right? Just a
exactly, I
little
was
bit
about to
older?
say that, like, there was Sonny Corinthos, do you remember him?
I don't remember their names.
Oh my god, I remember their names. I'm like, "Oh my god, these characters are still on here, and they still look, like, so much the same." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Damn, they didn't age at all." I remember, to this day, I talked to my mom about it. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you never watch that anymore?" She's like, "No." And I will tell her, like, the names, like, "I wonder if so and so is still on there," you know?
Yeah.
And she will just laugh because she thinks it's hilarious that I actually remember the
I
names.
remember my mom, she would sometimes come home from work for lunch,
Mhm.
and she would, like, make herself something real quick and then watch Matlock and then go back to work.
Oh, that's so funny. I remember that too.
But,
Gosh.
I mean, that's another thing, like, our kids are not forced to watch what we watch,
Yeah, I know.
like,
I mean,
because we give
shoot,
them
sometimes I
fucking
feel like
options.
yeah, exactly. They get options and yeah, sometimes we're like, what do you guys wanna do?" "We wanna watch a movie and have popcorn, and you guys are gonna watch with us." I'm down to watch a cartoonish movie, like
Yeah,
Inside Out.
yeah.
I like bad guys, you know?
Well, and that's the
Like
thing, there's, like, some cartoons or movies that that we grew up with, and my kids kinda look at it and they're like, "That's boring."
They're
I'm
like,
like, "No,
"That's
it's a really
yeah,
good
that's
movie.
lame." I know.
Watch this."
You know, you just remind there was something that I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta find this, and you guys have to watch it because we watched this when we were younger," you know?
Look, so think
But
of, like, a movie like Snow White. If
mhm,
that came out exactly how it is right now
yeah,
in today, it
mhm.
would not do good.
No. You're like, "Oh, I'm not watching."
I mean, I guess that is kinda good, like, where the whole strangers kissing girls to wake them up, like, that's not in the movies anymore.
Yeah, you're like, "Get that out of your head."
Yeah.
Um,
No, our
yeah,
kids definitely have it made.
yeah,
That shit's funny, though.
I
Yeah,
know,
why
and
why
it's
didn't we do that, though?
yeah, I don't
Not
know.
that our kids shouldn't have options, but I'm like, every single time?
Yeah,
Come on.
I
Why
know.
can't I make a
I
decision?
have to remind them. Do you remind your kids that they're like, do you ever like when they were at least a little bit younger, did you have to remind them like how, you know, they have it really good and they can't take shit for granted?
No, because my kids are really humble and they like with, both my daughters, TJ's, he's his own thing,
Mhm.
especially with the autism, but my daughters, I think because they see how some of their friends live and what their friends go through, and even though they have a single mom, they tell me all the time, like, "I'm so lucky to have you as my mom." And,
Yeah.
like, so my kids, I don't know, they've never complained about really. The only thing they've complained about is my relationships. Obviously, I
Oh,
have a shitty track record with that. But other than that, like, my kids, even when I was struggling and poor, like, they don't, not that they don't remember, but the good outweighs the bad, for sure.
yeah. Yeah.
So, no,
I
but
know.
I don't ever have to really remind my kids, like, because 'cause they're very humble, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I sometimes think my kids still need that reminder because they're, well, they're young, but of course, like, it's like wanting everything. It's more so like wanting things, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys, you have like so many things. You don't need something that like the same, very similar thing than what you
TJ's
already
that
have.
one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to remind them that. I'm like, and that's where I'm like, when I was younger, I literally had one thing to share with five other siblings.
Yeah.
And no one fought over anything because you didn't have all
You
these
and your
options.
siblings never fought? My sister and I fought all the
Not
time.
I don't remember really fighting with them over things, like,
Oh,
I don't think my parents would have tolerated it either. Because
no.
when I was younger, my parents were strict.
My
We were
parent
scared.
We were scared of my parents, but I mean, because we were latchkey kids, as well, but my sister and I used to fight a lot,
Maybe
a
because it was
lot.
only 2 of you,
True.
you know?
And we were,
And
close in age, and
yeah.
I'm the little sister. I was annoying as fuck. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I was a crybaby. I was annoying. I would just sit there
I
and,
think
like,
it's more like when we were older is when we started arguing.
yeah, I remember, yeah, my sister and I fought all the way till we were, like, I think the last physical fight we got in, my sister was maybe, like, 18 or 17.
Oh my gosh.
So I was, like,
Yeah.
15 or 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
even remember what we
wow.
got in a fight. My sister and I would fight over everything, but we were
Oh,
best
wow.
friends. We did
Yeah.
everything together,
Yeah.
and it was one of those where we would, like, get in a fight, get in an argument, and then be like, "You wanna go outside and play?"
Yeah, that's mine right now, my 2. And that's why I'm like, maybe because it was just the 2 of you, because I feel like
I
they're like
think you're
that.
right, maybe.
And for us, it's kinda like I played with my brother that was, only a year older than me, and the other siblings were more like watching me
Yeah.
because my parents were always at work. So it's like the older siblings are just kinda there, like, hanging out and doing their own thing and just making sure, like, we're alright.
So you had, like, a 9-year-old babysitter too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just me and my brother, and I just remember, like, yeah, we did everything together, and I feel like half the time, like, what were my older siblings even doing? Because my parents almost seem like if my mom would go somewhere, she would take me and him and not everybody else. Like, they were able to be on their own for longer,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I guess that kind of thing. But yeah, now I would never leave my kids by themselves at home.
I will say I do have that similarity with my kids because, I'm a single mom, so my kids became latchkey kids pretty young. All 3 of them, even TJ,
Mhm.
we actually started leaving him home alone maybe around when he was 9. How old is
Oh,
he now?
okay.
So he's 15. We've been in Arizona since 2020, so almost 6 years this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he was about 9 years old because it was when we first moved here, and I did it as a test. I still remember the day. That's one of my core memories.
Yeah.
Kaya and I were gonna go run to Best Buy, which was maybe like 2, 3 miles from our house, like
Mhm.
less than 3 miles for sure, and, I tested it out, and I left him home for it was like an hour just
Mhm.
to see how he would do, and then from there, I went ahead and, kept going, and
Mhm.
but my daughters were younger.
Oh, wow.
Kaya, I remember one time she was a latchkey kid. I think she was only like in 2nd or 3rd grade, and that's about the age I became a latchkey kid as well.
Mhm.
And the thing was is she would have to call me, and when she got home, for some reason, she ended up calling the police station.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah, I think
they
you
were
told
like,
me.
Chula Vista PD, da 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 da. And
Mhm.
she got scared and hung up, and they came knocking at the door. And they were like, because they have to check, like, you can't
Mhm.
just hang up on the police. Like,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
they did a wellness check, and then
Mhm.
I remember I ended up getting a phone call, and I was like, "Who's this?" And they were like, "This is Chula Vista PD. Don't worry, nothing's wrong. We got a phone call, and your daughter hung up. She seems to be fine. She won't open the door for us."
Oh my
But
gosh.
they were and I thought I was gonna get in trouble because Kaya was,
Yeah.
like I said, maybe 8,
Yeah.
7 or 8 maybe, and they were like, "No, I just wanna tell you, like, you're doing a good job, like, she will not open the door for us, but she's
Mhm.
safe," and,
Yeah.
she said she would talk to them through the window.
Oh, yeah.
So but I was like so when I then I after the right after that, I looked up California law on,
Mhm.
kids staying home alone, and there is no specific age.
Yeah, it's their maturity level, I guess,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that was kind of like I was a little shocked.
right.
I don't
I was
know.
kind of too because she would walk home from school with, like, a group of kids, and then,
Mhm.
they'd all part ways to the different parts of the complex, but
Mhm.
we lived in a condo at the time, so it was maybe, like, 4 or 5 kids all walking home together, and the school wasn't that far, it was less than a mile from the house,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
and then my job was less than 5 minutes from the house, so I could always just,
Mhm.
run over there or whatever, but yeah, it
Yeah.
was crazy because, like you said, with your kids,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you couldn't
can't
even
even.
imagine that. What age do you
Yeah.
think that you'll, like, be like, "Okay, Winston, we're gonna go run to the store, watch your sister." What age do you
I
think
don't
that would be?
know, and it's weird because it's
Because
not like
he's
I
what?
don't
He's
trust him.
10, right?
He's 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't trust him, but it's more like any outside type of
Mhm.
thing. Like,
Like, "Oh,
I
will
just
people know that we left and then know my kids
yeah.
are home?"
And then
And
they know my kids are home. That's what I worry about. It's not so much like they're gonna do something where I'm like, "Oh my god," like, "You guys weren't supposed to do that," or whatever, you know? It has nothing to do with that, but it's more like I would be worried that someone might have seen me leaving
Mhm.
and left my kids. You know what I mean?
The paranoia, yeah.
Yeah. And I wouldn't like, if I did, I'd be like, "Let's just stay on FaceTime the whole time."
Get a doorbell camera and
Yeah, seriously. I mean, we're in a condo complex, and you have to get approvals to put a freaking ring outside and all that
yeah.
crap, you know? But, yeah, I would just be worried about that,
Yeah.
you know?
No,
Not
our
so
kids
much
have
them,
it
but
good, though.
I know. But it's weird too because, when we were younger, you'd watch whatever you wanted to watch. Like, didn't you guys stay up late sometimes and just watch things that you're like, it's maybe rated R or
I remember
whatever?
watching, like, the Elvira, show.
Mhm.
You know who Elvira is,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
she would host, like, horror movies. But we
Oh,
grew up watching horror movies, like, that was, some of our family movie nights, and I was, like, 4 years old watching Poltergeist was my favorite movie growing
yeah.
up,
Yeah,
and
and
I was,
see,
like,
even me,
5.
I would yeah, exactly, like, I would never let my kids.
And I
I
was
never
that
lived with
bad parent because Deja loved Exorcist growing up, and she was 5.
her. How did she even not get scared?
I was
Oh
a
my
bad
god.
like, I was a young mom, obviously I was 18 years old when I had her, like, barely
Mhm.
I graduated high school 2 days, and then I had her. So, I was still, 18, but I'm still a kid,
Mhm.
in a lot
Yeah.
of ways that it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you're
"Sure,
not thinking about, like, Is my kid allowed to watch
you
this
wanna watch
too?"
Harlem Nights?" She thought the cursing on I don't know if you ever seen that movie, Harlem Nights? It's with
Mm-mm.
Eddie Murphy and, like, it's
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
that
Yeah.
like, every other word is a curse word, and Deja used
Mhm.
to she would watch it on repeat because
Yeah.
she loved to hear them curse, but she wouldn't curse.
Yeah. She just
She
probably thought it was funny.
She thought it was funny, that
Yeah.
and Exorcist, and then I became a better parent by the 2nd kid, guys. That's why they're 8 years apart.
I know now. Yeah, well, I mean, now for me, I'm like, when it comes to show ratings, I'm like, "You guys, is that even appropriate for you?" And I find myself laughing about it, because 'Cause we're like, back in the day, we were watching, like, anything,
Yeah.
and no one said a
There'd be a
thing.
sex scene, and we were just like, "Oh."
Yeah. Yeah. You would just still watch it. Yeah, and it wasn't anybody telling us, like, "You're not allowed to watch that.
No,
It's
my parents
adults
would just be
only."
like, like, a sex scene or something was, "Cover your eyes," and then we could watch again.
Oh my gosh,
Nowadays,
that
it's
is
like,
too
why would
funny.
you even put that on? It's
Yeah.
R-rated and your kid is
Mhm.
6. Uh-huh.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, "PG-13? What is it PG-13 for?"
Funny.
Like, I know they get curious about our pod too, and they're like, "Oh, are we gonna be allowed to watch your pod?" I'm like, "No." My kids are like, "We just wanna hear." I'm like, "No, not until you're older." They're
Yeah.
like, "Why? 'Cause you use bad words?" I'm like, "It's for adults only." And they're like, "Oh, I guess when we're an
They're
adult,
like,
we
"But
can watch it." I'm like,
I hear
"Sure."
you say my name."
I know.
It's
We
a
are good
topic.
parents.
No, nobody's gonna tip my kids as long as my kids think I'm a good parent, I don't care what anybody else thinks.
Mhm. Yeah. I sometimes need that reassurance. I'm like, "Am I doing
No,
the right
you're
thing?"
a really good
But the
mom.
the reassurance I'm getting is from Victor. He's like, "Yeah.
No.
Yes, you are."
All the reassurance I need is from my kids, and I have adult
Yeah.
children who tell me that, so I
Yeah.
and they tell me where I fucked up, and I admit it. I'm like, "Dude, I wish I woulda did this different or that different."
Mhm. Actually, I'm getting that reassurance from my kids. They let me choose out of their prize box every day. I have actually here, let me show you something. So I actually
So
before
wait, they
we
have a
end this,
prize back for box for you?
they have a prize box.
Created one?
No, no, they have their
Oh,
own little box. So like this Emma has like a wooden one, Winston has like some other one, and they'll be like, "Mommy, you were good. Choose something," or like you get to choose three. And it'll be like stickers or tattoo, like temporary tattoos and things like that. But I just or they put things in here because this is like my Halloween little candy thing.
yeah.
I'm like, "You could put all the junk food in here you want for me so I can just be on my work desk eating this." But yeah, there's like a bunch of like if you look at it, it's just like
That's
random
cute.
things. They're like
So that's where you put all your prizes?
no, because now it's gone too much that I can't fit it all in here. So I have like a whole bin. But yeah, like they make me like even a gift
So
box with
every day
something
you get a
inside.
prize because 'cause you're good?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
They like a little clay turtle. Like I'm like, let me just show you what else is in this thing. Like,
that's cute.
yeah, no, but they give me a bunch of stuff. Like, look what I got. This is one of the coolest things, a little pen.
Aw.
Yeah, so you know,
Yeah. You know what's cute,
there's
guys?
my
Esther does
reassurance.
have her desk at work decorated with her kids' drawings too.
Oh yeah, it's. I know. I swear, people walk by in the office, are like, oh, okay. She is an adult though. I love
That's
it.
cute.
They stick stuff in my work bag, so I don't have a choice when I get to work and I find it.
Aw,
Um,
that's
Oh,
sweet.
here, the last one. Emma made me a little fidget. It's like you can't hear it, but there's cotton inside.
Aw,
It's a stress reliever.
you should take that to
Well,
work for all
I know
those
while I'm
fucking
working.
meetings you're in when you're annoyed.
All right, time to go, guys. All right, no, really, that was fun.
All right, guys, thanks.
Talk to y'all
Talk to you
later.
later.
Bye.